Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 70 of Beyond the Mat. I am not your host, Nico Caretto. I am the interim host, Brett Burners. I've hosted a couple Beyond the Mats this year. We've had a lot of fun. I've got the rest of the crew with me. I've got Matt, I've got Blake, I've got Johnathan, and we've got a lot to go over from the past couple weeks of WWE, specifically this last week, SmackDown, the big Survivor Series in San Diego, Raw, NXT, and then we'll be previewing NXT Deadline, but let's go ahead and jump right into it with the go-home show before Survivor Series, the November 28th edition of SmackDown. And it started off the show with Jey Uso versus Rusev in competing in the Last Time Is Now tournament, right?
Yeah, I think that was fine. I mean, Rusev doesn't need to win. I'm not the biggest Jey fan, but hey, I mean, his character is probably more fitting to move on in the tournament. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, later. Rusev looked good, though. I think he really showed that he really deserved to be in this tournament. He hit the "you can't see," which is pretty funny, but I think Rusev, I think he should have won here, but I don't really expect him to, so decent showing, though.
Money talks. So
yeah.
Jey Uso wasn't losing this match.
Money talks, run it back. We'll talk about Jey running it back in a little bit.
God.
Yeah, that was something, but overall, Bleacher Report gave it a C. Jey wins, moves on. Blake, this is part of the Last Time Is Now tournament. I know the past week we kind of missed some of the matches. If you want to quickly go ahead and run down I believe, two matches that we didn't cover.
Yes, we had Penta versus Solo Sikoa, with Penta suffering an actual injury and having to stop the match, so Solo Sikoa advanced. And then, who was the other one?
It was Miz and... Who did Miz fight? I don't even remember.
I'm drawing a blank here. I thought it was Miz LA Knight, but it was this week. I'm trying to
either
was
way.
It Gunther Javon?
No.
That was before.
Yeah. The Miz won.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. Miz won, so that led into this next match, the Last Time's Now. The Miz, LA Knight. To nobody's surprise, LA Knight beat The Miz. This is The Miz, second loss now in this tournament?
Yep.
I'm fine with that. I'm just glad he's in it because
he deserves to be
a lot of more modern fans, including myself, didn't really realize how big The Miz was in John Cena's career, and I'd say he's up there with one of
2012.
Yeah, well, I mean, they shared a WrestleMania main event before, so.
Man, that is crazy to say though. That was a main event. Well, it was really
Cena
the Rock's. It was really the Rock's main event.
Yeah,
it was 2013.
But hey, man,
I'm glad that I didn't have to watch that. Also, it was Gunther Carmelo Hayes.
Yes, there it is. Okay, that's what it was. And then Gunther won.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Was that after the Gunther Javon match?
That was after the Gunther
Javon.
Javon.
Track of when he fights who.
It was Gunther Javon first, and then the Mello match.
I love that match.
And
Which
the old
one?
themes back.
The Gunther Javon one.
Yeah,
And he brought back
both.
the theme, and I love both of them. So
Yeah. So this match, LA Knight gets the win over The Miz. He moves on. And then the next match, Asuka, Charlotte Flair. This another one of those build-up matches to the Women's War Games. They're in a weird spot with both of these competitors. Asuka, she's in the Kabuki Warriors. Charlotte, obviously with Alexa Bliss. They're already kind of preparing to possibly split these two teams up in the coming weeks maybe. But overall, Charlotte gets the win over Asuka.
This was an advantage match, I believe, so then the babyfaces got the advantage.
Whoever comes
for
out,
Morgan.
yeah.
That's what it was because those two ended up starting the match right in War Games
They did.
They did, yeah.
And that's a Mania 34 rematch, which Asuka should have won all those years ago. But
Yep.
Again, I mean, both of them are two of the top talents in the women's division and in the world. But yeah, I think it was fine.
I didn't watch SmackDown, so I couldn't have told you what happened in this match.
And then go ahead, Blake.
I was gonna say I was watching an abridged version, so I basically just skipped over this stuff before War Games.
Too.
Pretty much. But I think it was right at this one, they said Dragunov had his backstage interview, United States champion. I don't think there was, the open challenge wasn't on this SmackDown.
No, because this was a taped, so they would have had to have Ilya Dragunov do 2 matches in a day.
That's true, yeah.
Also, I love the 3 shirts that Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae have, which are just all tied together.
Yeah.
Around this storyline of, can we say or do we have to bleep that?
You probably have to bleep it, but it's fine. You go ahead. You already said it now.
Yeah.
It's fine. Go ahead. Continue.
Because what are the 3 searches? Ciampa's is don't call me a blank, and then Johnny Gargano's is don't call my best friend a blank, and then Candice's is don't call my husband's best friend a blank.
It's good. I like that.
I like that. Keep going.
Put it in the store.
They don't sell it.
Are they not in there?
They don't sell it. I don't think, and that'd be funny.
That'll end up being like a Cyber Monday deal in like 4 years when all of them are released, and they're like, take these for $20 for all 3.
And then everyone's like, oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah. And then the main event of SmackDown, the elimination match, the traditional Survivor Series matchup. It was the MFTs versus Sami Zayn's team. It was Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Tala Tonga, Whyte Tonga, or JC Mateo, taking on Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Fenix, Chris Sabin, and Alex Shelley, a.k.a. MCMG. And at the end of the day, MFTs won. To, in my opinion, nobody's surprised at all.
No, this made complete sense. You're not going to destroy what the momentum that the MFTs had by Sami Zayn's group of misfit toys. Or who was on this team? Was AJ Lee on this team?
Yep.
For what? AJ Lee?
Yeah, Dragon Lee.
Oh, no, they were not on this team.
Oh, yeah, this was the...
This was the SmackDown Jobbers against...
This was the Jobbers.
Jobbers and Sami Zayn.
I guess because I've been out of the loop, I've missed like 3 weeks of episodes. Why didn't this end up being the Wyatts versus MFTs?
The Wyatts are also jobbers and don't show up to work.
Well,
because Triple H doesn't want to pull the trigger on the Wyatt 6.
But I know so I remember the last time I was on here, they were teasing... we were all raving about how the MFTs came out with the face paint and they attacked Shinsuke, the Wyatts. God, who else? Like in LA,
Well, because see, here's what happened. The MFTs came out and they attacked like Shinsuke, Sammy, and all of them. Mm-hmm. Then the Wyatts appeared and confronted them, and the MFTs backed off. Now you had the Wyatts confront Dark State on NXT.
I remember that.
They never pulled the trigger yet on MFTs versus the Wyatts. That's never been
match, right?
official yet. Yeah, so
they're
going to build it up more probably. But then you have the Wyatts, like they're even involved in some AAA stuff.
Yeah, that is
and
true.
Then Dark State, so they got their plate full. They don't want to pull the trigger yet, so they just did Jobbers versus MFTs. This one came down. Sammy was the last man standing on his team against Tala, Tama, and Solo. And the MFTs won.
I think I saw that Sami Zayn was in a 3v1, and then he took out 2 people, and then and before that, Tala Tonga took out both MCMG.
Yeah,
and then Sammy almost won, which would have been really a bit annoying.
Because Tala, I think, was the first one eliminated. No, it was...
Wida.
Yeah, it was Whyte Tonga. JC Mateo was the first one eliminated.
Names? Did he change names again? Or
No. We were just saying the joke. Because they're all like, it's Tama Tonga.
Wida, yeah.
Tala.
Okay, I get it. Yeah. When they announced Tala Tonga, I was like, guys,
what are we doing?
This is the worst thing I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, but
and
that
then they
was...
said JC Mateo.
Yep. That was a go home. Anything else?
The Chelsea Green celebration.
Yeah, what was this? Go over it, Blake.
So basically, like the week before, Chelsea Green was like, I'm going to have a celebration as then once again the greatest United States women's United States champion.
As she should.
Yeah. So she's out there doing her thing, and then Jade Cargill comes out and basically yells at her, beats her up, and then as she walks away, the fireworks go off.
All right, don't want to talk about it anymore if Jade Cargill was mentioned. Moving on to Survivor Series. This one started off the night. The first match of the 2025 edition of Survivor Series was Women's War Games. It was basically the good guys versus the bad guys in the Women's War Games. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and AJ Lee taking on Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, Last Legend, and Becky Lynch. And at the end of this one, the good girls get the win.
So,
kind of.
I mean,
kind of good.
It's just so
tweener
boring. Like, this was just. Sorry, Jonathan. This was just all. There's no storyline in this. It's just a whole bunch of people coming together. I mean, Lash Legend and Nia Jax are just there just to be there. Becky Lynch is the real superstar of this situation. She was the greatest female wrestler according to Sports Illustrated. The Kabuki Warriors have the belts, which is fine. And then WWE just completely ignores past storylines when making teams. And then it's just Charlotte, Rhea, AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss is there. And then there's just Kairi Sane there.
Yeah, I think the thing was like it wasn't bad. There were a couple good spots, but yeah, you can't have a War Games match be boring unless, well, and even more so that it wasn't violent. Like, I'm not saying like every match has to be violent, but you tote this whole thing around War Games. I mean, it's in the name. And then you have a cage match where it was just basically a normal match. But hey, there's a cage.
Yeah.
And then I think I will say the finishing sequence was pretty cool. I loved Io doing her crazy moonsault in the trash can. That's always a good spot. And then I thought AJ getting the win was probably a safe move. It was fine. So yeah, it was all right.
She had a swanton actually. That was It was
sorry.
a little different, but
that's become her main spot in this match is the trash can spot.
Yeah,
she always does something with it. Yeah,
it's always entertaining.
It's like what's the point at this point? Because like in NXT Black and Gold, it was like the War Games like this is the last resort. Like we got nothing else to do, and now it's just like we got these people. Hey, let's bring in someone from Raw and just like. Not even worry about the brand split. Just like bring everyone together and do this meaningless match that doesn't really seem all that meaningful.
No brand split anymore.
Now we had the same issue when Hell in a Cell was every October. It wouldn't matter if there was like a big blood feud or not. They'd be like, "Oh, it's October, got to do Hell in a Cell."
Yeah,
and then they'd have to find some random match that doesn't need it. That was one of the cases here, and I'll get into the men's one later. I think that one was more warranted, but yeah, this one it wasn't bad. It was just mid.
Yeah, you had like the spot of Charlotte and Rhea like putting their differences aside, teaming up. That's a cool moment, rivals to co-workers basically. But the issue compared to this one with the men's is like what storyline are you trying to advance? Because the only champions you have in this match are the tag team champions. And those belts are not really at risk right now by anyone except Charlotte and Alexa. Like you have AJ Lee and Becky Lynch feuding, but you just took the Intercontinental Championship off of Becky Lynch and put it on Maxine Dupree because I don't know why you would do that.
What a stupid promo. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead to Raw, but what a stupid promo for them to air.
Exactly.
It was just so stupid.
Put it on commercial. But either way, Team AJ gets the win over Team Becky. AJ looked good. I think this was much more impressive than her first match back. She looked a lot more, not like in shape, but wrestling ready. Yeah, ring ready.
The ring rust was gone this time. She looked fine. And I think she actually applied her finisher really well.
The Black Widow.
Yeah, the Black Widow looked really good in this match.
It did feel like she did a lot less compared to everyone else, though. Like, for most of it, it was...
But you still got to work her back in.
I mean, yeah. It's just like, it's not...
Like, I'm not expecting AJ Lee to be able to go out and wrestle at the same caliber right now compared to Io Sky and Rhea Ripley.
For 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Or however long this match was.
It's like an old engine. It takes a little bit to, like, rotate and then, like, get back up to full speed, It's still got, like, kinks working out, just, like, getting through that.
Exactly. Then the next match, the Intercontinental Championship match, John Cena versus the King of the Luchadors and Dominic Mysterio. An overall great match, but at the end, it was the return of Liv Morgan costing John Cena the Intercontinental Championship. A moment of embrace, the surprise return. It was the Judgment Day out, attacking Cena after the ref bump. Morgan's music hits. She comes down to the ring. She jumps in John Cena's arms. John probably got a little bit of flashbacks to the Nikki Bella days, but then all of a sudden Liv gets that look in her face, takes out John, and Dom wins back the Intercontinental Championship.
Don't even put Nikki Bella in the same realm as
Liv we haven't even mentioned her yet.
I was going to say. But the right person won. The greatest of all time, Dominic Mysterio, the king of the luchadors, the only person with only male champion right now with 2 belts. He is the greatest wrestler of our generation, and he is the best of all time. He beat John Cena, the supposed greatest of all time. So only fitting that Dom Mysterio is now the greatest of all time.
I think this, of all things, I know Cena's trying to promote some younger talent when he's not tied up fighting other 50-year-olds. But the thing I loved about this match is it fed into what Dom does well. It showed the Eddie Guerrero style of cheating and the cheap shots, while also showcasing his great wrestling ability. And I think that proved well. And if you told me a year ago that Liv Morgan would be the turning point in John Cena's penultimate match in wrestling, I probably would have laughed in your face, but it actually worked. I really enjoyed it, and she kind of gave him the exact same scenario that he gave to Cody.
Yep.
And her face change, you know she's crazy in real life because you cannot fake that look that she gave. It was crazy.
Honestly, this was absolute cinema. This was like when you're watching a car like swerve left and right, the back end swerving at the end, it just drifts into like this beautiful just thing. Because we had this swerve of, oh my god, Dom Mysterio's on the ground. He looked like he's actually injured. I got. And then John Cena gets to elevate Roxanne Perez and
Cena eating Pop Rocks.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The way he did like a...
I know.
And then a Tahana bomb. Like, I thought that was just them improvising with Raquel and Roxanne. And then he just pops back up. And then, oh my god, this was incredible. Because then he hits the double AA on Finn and JD. So just burying them again. And then, what, like you said, Brett, with the Liv Morgan stuff. Like, I watched that, because Liv hits Dom, like, looking like she turns face, and then John just looks absolutely shocked. It was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen, and then absolute cinema.
It works.
That should have been the main event.
You can't do it, but it's by
it
proxy.
Works.
It should be.
Like, this was a fun match, and it hit everything, and I like the point you made, Johnathan. Not only did this highlight Dom's, like, character with the cheating, but it let him wrestle. That is one of my main complaints, is when you have these heels and they have to win in dastardly ways, they don't let them wrestle. It was a huge problem they ran into at the end of Roman's kind of end to his reign, where he's supposed to be, like, you look back at the beginning of Roman's reign, and he didn't need the bloodline to win. Like, he would stack up Daniel Bryan and Edge on top of each other and win by himself. At the end of it, it was, oh, here comes the bloodline out to save Roman. Like, it's nice to have Dom win a match because of the antics, but sometimes just let him win because he's crafty with it and he can wrestle. Like, he's a good wrestler, and he's going to be the face of this company for years to come.
Greatest luchador of all time. By the way, I found the face of John Cena made when Liv hit Dom. It is one of the funniest things. I had to go back and rewatch it.
I would too if Liv Morgan was coming at me.
I'd be scared.
Whoa.
But we'll talk about a little bit more about Liv and maybe WWE stepping in and pulling the movie role, because this did feel rushed. That Morgan was supposed to be out till around the Rumble because of her prior constraints with the movie. There's some rumors going around WWE blocked her from the role. That's not really confirmed, but that's just something to kind of keep an eye on if that happened.
Wasn't she legitimately injured, though? Like, wasn't that it with her shoulder?
Well, she was injured, but she was also filming that. It was supposed to be a major movie role for her.
Oh, right.
Because that was another reason they took her off.
Yeah, it was at the same time. It was around, like, within a month of each other, if not at the same time.
Street Fighter?
It was never confirmed Street Fighter. It could have been, but it was never confirmed what the movie was. It just said major movie role. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on if that was true. But moving on, next match, Women's World Championship. Why is this on a pay-per-view? Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella. Yep. It got to see.
Probably deserved to see.
At least Vaquer won. That's the only thing.
Vaquer, like, at least carried this match. It wasn't a good match, but it could have been a train wreck if anyone else other than like Stephanie yeah. or maybe even like a prime Charlotte or something. And I think Nikki did better than like some of her past like recent performances, but it was still like it was far and away the worst on the card.
Yeah. Like on a 4-match card, and you're gonna have this. Like you could have. I know it would have been a lot of like that tag team, but you almost could have like shortened the MFT match and put it here. Yeah, it would have made a little bit more sense.
And make this the main event of SmackDown.
Yeah.
If anything. Like you still give them a big platform and you just don't take up a pay-per-view spot or a PLE spot.
Exactly.
I don't think they would have done that though, because this is a Raw championship, so they're not going to put that on SmackDown. Oh, well, to be honest. But they get it on the Raw after.
Let me rephrase. Put that in the main event of Raw.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, Stephanie wins. I'm assuming it's going to be a long title reign for her. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it, because like a lot of her challengers are probably in that women's war game match. It's just kind of a grab pad of who you're going to put against her. But
I would say a certain someone who came back this PLE. It might be next in line.
Or maybe down the line at someone's time again.
No.
we'll see what happens. But
also, according to Google, the film that she was a part of wrapped in like May, so that's not something.
oh, okay.
That was definitely
Bad Lieutenant Tokyo. That's the name. I don't know. Beats me. That's what it's called.
Let's just get to this match.
All right, main event of War Games, men's War Games match. You had Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso. Why is he the last name on that list? Taking on Team Brock, Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul. 3 members of the Vision, Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre, versus the 2 World Heavyweight Champions, and then the Bloodline, basically. Throw them all in a pot. It's War Games. You knew you were going to get the Bloodline some way. And this one ends with Team Brock getting the win over Punk and Rhodes and company.
I thought that was the right result, honestly.
I agree, yeah.
You don't need a feel-good like team win every time when you can progress the story, because you set up probably a Rumble match. You probably set up at least some Rumble spots. You look at what they gave to Braun, and we'll talk about his promo on Raw, because he's a star, and there's a reason. That was like his launching point, really. And I think there were a lot of really good moments in this match. I loved the stuff outside of the ring, and I loved that Jay did not get his full moment up on the ring. I was rolling my eyes when he climbed up there and they rolled his music back. I was like, oh, here we go again. Here, I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was sick.
That's the loudest I've cheered for Brock in a long time. But yeah, I thought it was fine.
Here's the thing. It was an okay match overall. The ending was so, I don't know. It was just
weird.
Yeah,
it was weird. I don't think it was outright bad though. I thought it was weird. Like, you were expecting something, but I think we've been spoiled to think, oh, something's going to happen every time. But I think it teased a lot of good things.
I mean, that's the problem. This is a Big 4 PLE. You shouldn't have something be started here, because you basically had everyone go to this Petco Park, which was a great looking venue, by the way. You basically have this set up to be the end all be all. That's what this War Games match is supposed to be. And then we just have this random person come out, hit a super kick, and then hit a stomp on CM Punk.
That is true.
It was vintage Seth, though. Dude, the spinning kick with the low super kick, that's vintage Seth.
And then they just leave, no prior hinting of this person at all. Paul Heyman later goes, I have no idea who that was. And then just leaves. Braun Breaker just goes, oh, I'm just going to pin CM Punk. What is that supposed to be? We're supposed to get an outcome here. We're supposed to get a finish to this story, not a beginning of one. That's not really what the main intent is. And it just sort of really it didn't really feel like an ending. It felt sort of just like a cop-out in a way.
Yeah, I hate to keep bringing up Hell in a Cell and stuff again, but one thing that Triple H has struggled with booking for the longest time, there's a long list of those things, but not knowing when to end feuds. Because, like you said, a Big 4 pay-per-view should be a payoff. Now, Rumble is a little different because, it's the start of WrestleMania season. But,
yeah.
Stuff like this, Hell in a Cell or Steel Cages or War Games, these are hey, we have nothing else for you. This is where you settle your beef. And then, as much as I like where this is going, it felt like it should happen on, Raw or something, not at the end of War Games. I don't know. But it was all right.
I mean, they just threw a mosh posh of superstars, and it was just... This match was just the Vision. Okay, Braun Breaker's now coming out. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Roman wants the belts back. Jay and Jimmy are just there. Logan Paul's just there for vibes, and then Bronson Reed also there for vibes, and then Drew McIntyre hates Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but I think, Blake, you kind of made a good point, is this didn't end feuds.
It started them.
It only just, continued them and made them more messy, because you had, in this match, obviously you get the Team Vision with the win. Brock doesn't really get anything out of this. He just got to go out there, have fun. They put him in War Games, and he dominated. He just wanted to be there for a good time. The Vision, I guess, exceeded. Logan Paul had some fun spots. I guess he is technically a part of the Vision for now. I mean, he came out on Raw with them. He's doing a lot with them. Breaker, he set up a lot more on Raw, but had a good showing. Cody and Roman, You had the standoff at the end, Roman saying to Cody, this is the last time we team, seemingly hinting at that. You're trying to set up Punk versus Braun with that vision set up, but then you have the masked figure doing the Seth Rollins moves. Everybody obviously hinting, oh, it's Seth Rollins, he does the stomp, fresh off the labrum surgery. It's most likely not Seth Rollins under the mask, but I think there was no mention of this person as well on Raw, but I'm assuming we're going to see it on January in that match between Breakker and Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. We'll see that payoff there, possibly.
It should be at, like, Saturday night's main event or something. I'm fine with longer term things, but this is something that needs solved. Like, it needed solved on Raw.
Who done it?
Yeah,
we got a who done it on our hands.
I hope they don't drag this out to like Mania.
Well,
Mania's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't.
Triple H, don't doubt him.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you ready for a 6-month meaningless storyline? My thing is, it didn't really feel like, when you think of the War Games, like last year, you had like all those top of the cage spots. Cody Rhodes hit a crossbody from the top of the cage. That was like it. Like, I expected maybe like Logan Paul would have done some crazy insane thing.
That match was missing. Logan Paul needed to be more in this match.
He was just there. The only spot he really got was the brass knuckles.
The brass knuckle spot,
which Roman got. And the thing is like, I mean, Logan's that guy to do the crazy stuff. And I think this match could have, as long as these matches are, it could have benefited from another 5 minutes maybe.
I think it's just because he didn't really have that
add a few more spots.
He didn't have that like counter partner on the other side to do the crazy stuff with him.
That too.
I also think you think back to last year's War Games and the amount of injuries that resulted from that match. I think they probably got a little bit scared because like you had 3 competitors last year in that War Games match all be injured for not significant, but amounts of time after the match. You had Bronson Reed with the break after Tsunami. You had Jimmy Uso get hurt in the match. And then, did Jay get hurt as well?
I think, like, barely. I think it was, like, not as bad.
But
never mind. I was about to go on a rant.
Go on a rant.
Why are Jimmy and Jay taking up 2 of the 5 spots on this? I love Jimmy. Don't get me wrong. Jimmy, I think, is better in ring. And I had a good time with his stuff. But, okay, yeah, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go back to what I said about being excited when Brock came out. When Jay climbed up that freaking cage, I was like, oh, he's going to do a rare, like, cool spot. This is his moment. And I saw his hands start to move. I had to mute the TV. I knew it was coming. And then I turned it back and I was like, okay, fine. And then I heard Brock's music and I was like, okay, whatever. But I wanted Logan or someone just to throw him off the cage.
Exactly.
I was begging. And everyone was like, yay!
Like, I get it, and it was so obvious they were gonna do it when he didn't get the big entrance, like, coming into War Games.
Yeah, I know,
but I'm tired of running back. Like,
okay,
Jay, I'm gonna say this right now, Jay has no direction. You either right now have to commit to Jay, main event Jey Uso. He's won literally one big match in his entire career as a singles performer. These matches usually have not been good. You pulled the plug on him as world champion after like a month and a half because you didn't believe in him as world champion. Then you did that thing where you maybe tease he's going to be a heel and he's going to be ultra aggressive. It's had no payout.
Why didn't him or Jimmy eat the pin is my point. I understand they're setting up Punk and Braun, but of all, you pin the heavyweight champion instead of an Uso.
We could have had an LA Knight in it at the very least.
But that's the thing, you had... Bro, Blake.
What? Legitimately.
Put him in catering. And
you could have. He got it in there. You could have had LA Knight in there.
Who has feuded with the Vision for the longest time?
He got it in there. You could have had LA Knight in there. That was awesome. But...
Okay, in slight defense of the yeeting and running it back, as someone who's been at a Raw where they have done it, it is fun in the arena. But it has gotten to a point where it is excessive for the TV audience. But Triple H being like, I'm only going to listen to the arena audience.
Pays $1,000 a ticket. Okay, but that's great and all. But
they should
send it to commercial break.
Yeah.
Send it to one of the 50 commercial breaks in Netflix. Show
5-minute commercial break.
And then let it go.
No, yeah.
Let it go.
Let him yeet for the whole commercial break.
Or alternatively, do the run it back like every once in a while. Like, it'd be funny if they did it not every week, maybe once or twice
a month.
If that.
Just do it like
I was so excited when Jay beat Gunther, and then, or let me rephrase. I was excited when he somehow won the Rumble. I was like, okay, this is all right. And then by March, I was like, okay, just beat Gunther and get it over with. Let him have a short reign. And then it's like a roach. You just can't kill it.
Yeah.
It won't go away. It was supposed to be a 2-month thing, not a year long.
Yeah, somebody call Brock to end this thing officially. I want Jay versus Brock.
I do too.
Straight up.
A PLE opener. Have him walk out and give him the Kofi treatment.
No, I don't want the Kofi treatment. I want like Cena SummerSlam treatment.
Okay. Well,
I want it to be dragged out. I want it to be... Give him the Randy treatment.
Yeah, that's more like it. I like the Randy treatment. That would be great.
Like Rey Mysterio treatment.
When Brock literally just took the pads off and literally on live TV just beat Randy Orton to a bloody pulp.
That was one of the first pay-per-views I ever watched, and I was in shock. I was like
my
what
God.
have I missed out on?
Give him the John Cena WrestlePalooza treatment.
Yeah.
Get shots of all the crying kids at the end.
I don't think there would be that many.
There wouldn't. I think everybody's kind of done. All right.
Nah, I think all the little kids still love Jey Uso.
Let's move on to Raw. Raw opened up Rhea Ripley and an Io Sky promo. I guess they're going to, go with this kind of team. They kicked off Raw, announcing their intention to continue their rivalry with the Kabuki Warriors, and they challenged them for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Bliss and Flair came out. They took exception and confronted the duo known collectively as Rio. All right, shut the crap up. The former laid down the challenge for a match between the two teams later tonight, which Ripley and Sky accepted. So later on in Raw, we got the match, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky against Flair and Bliss. And then
Give me a women's tag team TLC.
No. There's not enough teams.
Well, I mean, if you have Rio,
Make it a street
Kabuki
fight.
Rio.
Yeah,
Make it a
Rio,
street
Ripley,
fight.
and Io Sky, the Kabuki Warriors, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Heck, you can even put in Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. Maybe not even Zarya and Solruka anymore.
I think
you
3 teams would be fine. A lot of those early TLC matches were only 3.
For 3, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Who
right.
does a TLC?
That's fine.
Next match, last time is now semifinal. Jey Uso, LA Knight, Blake, take your victory lap. In some way, Jey Uso just lost. Another big-time match that Jey lost. LA Knight beat him.
Thank you. I'm
You
fine
can
with
take
that.
your lap, but Gunther is going to put this match in like 10 minutes, and it's going to be over, and LA Knight's not going to win.
This was supposed to be Sheamus' spot, but I don't care. I'm taking my win here. Yeah.
We'll take LA Knight getting the win. The next match happened a little bit later. Dominic Mysterio came out for his promo with Liv. There's all the Judgment Day out there. They were all celebrating. And then a little segment caught a lot of people's eyes. Liv smacking Dom and then jumping onto him.
How they play.
Doing the little nose rub and a little kiss on the cheek for the king of the luchadors. But it seems like right now everything is all well in the Judgment Day. Liv is bought in with Roxanne and Raquel, and then everything's good with Dom. Guess it's living in paradise right now for the Judgment Day.
I don't know why it wouldn't be. The Dominic Mysterio is the greatest of all time, and he has Liv Morgan by his side in the Judgment Day. He's the leader of the Judgment Day. People don't want to say it, but he's the greatest of all time.
What about Finn Balor?
He's right-hand man.
They are not going to win any titles. Let's be honest.
They have 2.
Any more. That's the difference.
Liv Morgan's winning the title.
I mean, that's probably the most likely. You could put Roxanne and Raquel in the women's tag team division, but I don't think it's going to happen.
You could, yeah. But, I mean, everything seems well in the Judgment Day. Next match. World Tag Team title match. AJ Lee against the New Day. And let's just get it out of the way and we'll talk about it right now. The best finish that you are going to have all year happened in early December with AJ Styles dropping Kofi Kingston. First of all, shout out Kofi Kingston. One of the best in the business.
Only Kofi Kingston was going to be able to do that.
Styles dropping Kingston onto the top rope while Kingston is dangling. Lee jumps off the top, double back leg to the back, and Kingston pops into Styles' hands for a Styles clash. The pop I saw online was everywhere. It was crazy. One of the best finishes you'll see, and I am really starting to grow on this AJ Styles and Dragon Lee combo.
That's what happens when you put two good wrestlers together. I mean, you get stuff like that, and this is the first New Day match since I don't even remember the last time I enjoyed a New Day match like this. Because
main event November 10th was their last match.
Well, I'm just saying in general, like, it's been a long time since I've enjoyed a New Day match, and that's coming from someone who used to love them. And good tag team wrestling, I would argue, is some of the best wrestling to watch. It's just entertaining, and that finish was, oh man, I almost jumped out of my seat a little bit watching it. It was just so good, and I'm a big AJ Styles guy, so shout out Dragon Lee too.
I can tell you the last time you saw a good New Day match, and that was over a year ago, because it was like 1 year ago to the day or something like that when the New Day turned heel. So it's been that long.
It wasn't even a good match. They didn't have good matches.
Just a good promo, yeah.
Yeah. The last good match
was fine, I thought, this year. I thought it was fine.
Against what?
WrestleMania against the War Raiders.
The War Raiders?
It wasn't a good match. It was fine.
It was fine, yeah.
But, yeah. This felt like
I would say the match with the Usos was the last time I was like, this feels like my childhood.
Felt like vintage New Day, and I was fine with that. But yeah, great match. Heck of a finish.
Yeah, it was a great match. I mean, the finisher was one of a kind and probably the best finisher all year. And as you said, Brett, I'm starting to grow on this. And then there's this segment.
They gave it a B.
What is this? Oh.
This was with Maxine Dupree.
Yeah.
Natalia.
What?
Low-key natty.
It's low-key skippable.
Yeah. They're trying to do this thing with Natalia training up Maxine Dupree. This picture makes it look really weird.
Yeah, that's why
I thought it was that segment from NXT we'll get to in a little bit. I thought that was the clip they were showing, but
I also don't know what we're talking about at that point. But
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I watched NXT. I think I know what you're talking about.
That, like, with, what's his name? What is it's the new, they're trying to, like, make him Bray Wyatt, but he's, like, not really. He's on Undertaker's team in LFG, and he talked about, like, how he, like, got left behind in the snow.
The computer guy.
Yeah, it was weird. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Okay. But, yeah, training session, Dupree, whatever. And then you had the Vision come out. Oh. This is where, best segment of the night. This is a really good Raw, but Braun Breaker cements himself as most likely.
Sorry, CM Punk.
Yeah, he's the guy. They're not gonna wait on Breaker. They're not gonna give him like a couple years to really solidify himself. I think Triple H is ready to pull the trigger right now on Braun Breaker.
Yeah, let it happen. I'll tell you what. If you watch this back, I can tell you right away that the first promo that Braun probably watched for this was the MJF pipe bomb that he dropped on CM Punk, because it had that written all over it. But it was original enough to be like, everyone's kind of known that Braun's eventually going to be the guy. This was, hey, I'm here. And him putting down Punk and how he was disappointed that he didn't get a good match out of him, and it didn't take everything in him to beat him, and how he was disappointed. I'm so far sold on Braun, and oh man, so good.
And I think we had the shoot aspect in there too with WrestleMania, because he like talked about how after Mania, Punk was like, "Oh, let's see if we can cut a promo with the big guys."
With the big dogs, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
he said, "Here I am."
Yeah, that was incredible. Good thing he didn't get injured at War Games, because there was a moment where it looked like he had a legitimate neck injury.
Yeah,
that was a really nasty spot.
Yeah.
Get ready for a bleep real quick.
Okay.
Just get ready for a bleep.
All right.
So this was my favorite part of the entire week. And Braun Breaker basically told CM Punk that he was a soft and that he was coming for his title and he was going to take it. And I agree. The champion, I'm not going to lie, the champions have sucked. I'm going to say it. CM Punk hasn't had the belt too long, but they've sucked so far. Cody Rhodes hasn't been great. And is that a factor because of Cody Rhodes, or is that a factor because of matchmaking? But I have no fear. Braun Breaker's taking CM Punk's belt. It's just a matter of time. And then Cody Rhodes will probably lose the belt at Mania, or I'd even say earliest, probably Royal Rumble.
I would say
the Chamber.
Yeah, I would say this was a perfect promo by Breaker, because you have built up Braun to be this, threatening villain. And again, you have everything with Logan Paul, Bronson Reed still there, great. But Breaker is the force. Paul Heyman is doing wonders once again with Braun Breaker. And I think what set apart this promo was it didn't feel like a Steiner promo. you have a lot of these Braun Breaker moments. Obviously, he's the big dog. He's, the bad A, but he's the dog. But he kind of like makes these jokes, and he's a funny guy. He's a very likable personality. This was saying, I'm the bad guy. Like he said, I am coming to end your career. And he just played it out, like with the ferocity, with everything, how he laid it. Like this is what they should be showing on LFG or Evolution or whatever crap shows they run right now. Show them this. Because with Breaker where he's at right now and the trajectory that he is on, Carmelo Hayes has got to feel bad because Braun Breaker's about to be the face of the company.
Yeah, I mean, Braun's got it all. He's got the wrestling skill. He has the lineage, which we've learned is kind of important in WWE. If you want, I'm not calling him like a nepo baby, but by default he is.
By default, he's a nepo baby.
He is, but also, I mean, he backs it up because he has the talent in the ring. He has the mic skills, and he can be a bad guy while still being entertaining. If you're just a bad guy that just hates people, then you're not going to get anything. He has the likable moments, and everyone's secretly rooting for him.
It's like Drew. It's just like Drew.
Well, yeah, I'd say so. But those are two really good examples of what a heel should be.
I think Braun's as much of a nepo baby, even probably less than like Cody is.
Oh, by a million miles.
Yeah,
I'm not calling him like an actual one.
No.
By default.
By default, he is a nepo baby.
Yeah,
he's an industry baby. Like
but
he's got family in the business.
He's a good one.
But it's not like in your face nepotism.
No, it's like subtle callbacks Daxine makes to his family, like Steinerbath when he does it. Like
They say all men are created equal.
But
okay, my one detractor though. Sorry for interrupting you.
You're good.
They should have pulled the trigger on this right after they took out Seth Rollins. Let's be honest. Like
time.
Even if because they let him lose some momentum. Because if he had taken out Seth Rollins and then immediately been screwed out of this world title match between that eventually was CM Punk and Jey Uso at Saturday Night's Main Event. He goes, either one of you, I don't care which one it is, and then cuts that promo. He would have had momentum going into Saturday Night's Main Event. Everyone would have been talking about him being the one next in line. Then at War Games, that would have been the main thing is Braun Breaker with CM Punk, that sort of animosity, that sort of butting heads, which culminates in Braun Breaker pinning CM Punk. And then we get this again. That would have put him on an astronomical level of hype and backing. Not to say that where he's at isn't great, but it could have been so much higher, man.
I see it, but I don't think he lost credit at all. I think he is still top 5 in the business right now with where he's going. But we'll move on. Next match, as Booker T likes to say, no bread, no water, a whole lot of meat. Gunther, Solo Sikoa in the semifinal for the last time as now tournament. Gunther continues to tear through this entire tournament.
I thought this was great, especially it builds Gunther up because, you can have him beat NXT guys. I'm not trying to put him down. But it takes a lot for Gunther to impress people, and I think, you take Solo, who has his cheap wins at times, but, he's still a brute at that. And Gunther brought out the best in Solo in a lot of this match. I didn't like the ending too much, but also, I think Solo and Gunther had great chemistry in this match, and I thought that it paid off. This was probably, I don't know, I'd put it right up there with, this was a really good Raw. I'll put it that way. It was probably one of my favorite parts of the night.
Yeah, pretty solid. Not really much to say. I'm glad that Solo showed that he was good. I'm not surprised that he lost this, but it's good to see that he's getting some good matches still. And I'm pretty sure Gunther, didn't he shake hands, or wasn't he more respectful at the end of it towards at least LA Knight after he came out?
I think that's kind of Gunther's whole character. He is, he thinks the ring is sacred, so he's going to treat everything as he does sacred. He's going to, beat you, and he's going to tear you down. But if you earn his respect, he's going to give it to you.
Yeah, I think we're seeing more of that more.
Because you're bringing back the Walter mentality.
Exactly.
That's what it should be. And I haven't been on here since they changed them. Well, I don't remember. I either came on right after or right before he changed the music. And I cannot express how much I missed.
When you heard the music.
I was like.
Because everybody was afraid he was going to get death rebelled.
Yeah.
And then they brought it back.
Well, he did get death rebelled for a long time. Or who did that remix of that he's used for the last few years?
I think it was probably Death Rebel. But they were figuring they were even. Because even that theme song is good. His new one before this one is good, But this one is just iconic. This is up there with like the Bloodline
The
themes.
New World Symphony. Oh my god! I heard it live at the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra, and I was like, man, Gunther needs to bring this back. When I went back in February, I was like, I miss Gunther I miss Walter, and we're getting back to that, and it makes me happy.
Walter. Let's be honest. If he had gotten more death, I would have been like, bow down to the ring general Gunther to start out.
It'd probably be something random like that.
The ring animal. It'd just been Ludwig's whole, ladies and gentlemen.
El Grande Americano.
That's different person.
Allegedly.
Oh, was this the main event?
Yeah. No, this is the main event. Yeah. Yeah. You have anything to add on Gunther? Next match was the main event. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And to nobody's surprise, Raw ends in a double DQ.
Yeah.
Copy paste, baby. We were doing so well. I liked a lot of this episode of Raw, and then they cannot finish the final 5 minutes of an episode of Raw ever. It's so annoying.
They can't do it. Nope. So during the match, you have them having the match. Here comes the Judgment Day, and then Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. They tried to do something with Bayley. They've already scrapped the entire character basically. I don't know why she's still on TV. Lyra was, I still think, one of the best women's Intercontinental Champions up to date. I think her and Becky were on par with what they were doing with the belt, and now she's doing nothing.
Bayley's leaving WWE after her contract expires.
Thank goodness.
I would think so at this point, because wasn't she at AEW Full Gear? Or Full Metal?
I think she goes to a lot of those because she has so many friends over there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be shocked if she...
Well, her and Sasha or Mercedes are best friends.
The belt collector.
Love Mercedes.
The belt magnet.
Mercedes 9 belts.
The CEO. Isn't it 10?
It was at 11
10?
at one point.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
She's got too many.
It's not awesome. It's terrible.
It is awesome. What do you mean?
Maybe if she was better.
Hey.
Don't disrespect the CEO.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm disrespecting.
That's messed up, dude. That's a horsewoman you're talking about.
Okay.
One of the best horsewomen.
X to doubt.
Sasha did a lot of good work. All
That
right.
might be a separate episode if
That could be.
come back.
Yeah, we might have to call in for that one. All right. Moving on to NXT. I'm going to ask you guys right now. Who watched NXT?
Not me.
I watched
This
it
is the
before.
Blake show.
I watched it an hour before we.
All right,
got
Blake.
here. Oh boy.
Run the show. First match. Thea Hale. Ariana Grace. Hale wins.
It kind of okay. I mean, Ariana Grace. Honestly, at this point, we should have a mixed max challenge because we got so many male and female wrestler pairings because Thea Hale and Joe Henry were there and Stax was there. Next week, he's gonna come out in a quarter zip at this point.
To get out that YN build and get the quarter zip build out.
The YG.
With some macho.
Young gentleman.
Young gentleman.
Look at how they massacred my boy, Jenning Lorenzo Snacks.
All right, next match. Josh Briggs, Tavian Heights. Briggs gets the win.
Boring.
Okay.
Also, they had a segment at the beginning where they set up a 8-woman or 6-woman tag team match with all of the Iron Survivor people.
Next, Tatum Paxley. Izzy Dame cut a promo. Paxley says to Dame, "I'm going to make you feel all of my pain." Looks like she's going a little bit crazy.
Tatum Paxley was on live via satellite. Put her in the Wyatt Six.
Oh, man.
Put her in a women's tag team with Nikki Cross and let them go wild. That would be fun.
Next thing, Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, and Kendall Gray take on Fatal Influence, a 6-woman tag team match. Team Solo gets the win over Fatal
Sol
Influence.
Ruka. You said Solo.
Oh, Sol Ruka, not Solo.
Yeah, this was set up at the beginning. Okay. It was, Kendall Gray's fun to watch, but not really surprised. And then there was some stuff after because Sol Ruka wasn't at the Zarya Women's Speed Championship match the week before. So, yeah. And then Zarya speared Kendall Gray. It was a good-looking spear, by the way. Good soul. Good sell. But there's all that going on.
Fire.
OTM defeated Chase U. You can skip it because it was probably 5 minutes because
Chase U should be dead.
Because Chase U almost hit OTM with their car.
All right, Dark State match. They took on Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Joe Hendry, and Miles Bourne. Why did Dark State lose? You're telling me all 4 of Dark State, including Saquon Sugar's, wrestled, and they lost?
Because Javon Evans exists.
Bro, are you serious?
Yep.
Who took the pin?
I think it was...
I'm still catching up on the lore of NXT, but like, yeah.
I think it was Osiris. I think it was Osiris Griffin.
Dang. As long as it wasn't my boy Saquon Chugas.
He's now the main. There was some other stuff with because, who was it? One of them is in the. We can get to that in a second, but one of them's in the Iron Survivor Challenge. So now only like, I think it might have been Osiris Griffin that was the one in Iron Survivor. So it could have been Cutler James that got pinned, but they've messed some stuff around. There's no. What's the role with any of the faction can be the tag team champions?
Yeah, you can like switch and swap.
The Freebird rule?
Yeah.
They just like abandoned that for some reason.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
It's
weird.
Saquon Sugars tweeted that it was and new NXT tag team champions, and it was just Saquon Sugars.
Yeah.
Sugars. Just
Shout
him.
Shout out Sugars.
Sugars.
But quickly, before we wrap it up, we'll preview NXT Deadline for their card. We'll start it off first match. The NXT champion, Ricky Sates, takes on Oba Femi to open the show.
It has to be Ricky. It has to be Ricky. I mean, come on. If Oba wins back here, what are we doing with Ricky Saints? Like, call Oba Femi up to the main roster ASAFP. Let him say 6-7 on Raw.
What?
Are we doing full blown predictions or are we just
full blown predictions?
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, I gotta lock in for a second. Give me Ricky, I guess. I mean, Oba's unstoppable, but Ricky needs this more than Oba does.
They're not going to put the belt back on Oba, so give me Ricky Saints.
Nah, it's going to be Ricky Saints. Somebody's getting involved, though. Like, this isn't just like, oh, Ricky's going to beat Oba clean.
Oh, I know who it is. It's Trick Williams.
It's definitely going to be Trick Willie. But
Trick Willie!
Whoop that Trick. I like it.
Trick Willie is going to be involved in this match somehow in some way because he can't keep his grimy little quarter zip wearing hands out of this match. So Oba Femi will look great. He'll dominate Ricky Saints, and then there'll be interference. Ricky will get the belt back. Next match, Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dame, one-on-one.
Tatum, easy. She's going to overcome the odds and defeat Izzy Dame. Get her called up, put her in the wide six, please. It's not going to happen, but I can dream.
Going off the past 5 minutes of conversation, I'll take Tatum Paxley.
I'll save the graphic.
Yeah, I'll take Izzy Dame too because it feels like they're trying to build up Paxley, and I think they're going to build this new kind of unbroken character with her and run with it. So give me Izzy Dame. Let the bad guys win. Next match, NXT North American Champion Ethan Page takes on Mr. Iguana?
Yep, Mr. Iguana stole Ethan Page's car, by the way. That happened.
What? No. So you're getting All Ego versus Lieska? Oh, this is about to be match of the night.
It's Ethan Page. They're not going to give Mr. Iguana the North American Championship before the AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships. No, ain't no way that's happening.
Yeah, I think this is going to be match of the night. I still think Page retains pretty easily.
Ego.
Yeah, Ethan Page in a heartbeat. Next match, the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. You have Kendall Gray, Jordan Grace, Sol Ruka, Kalani Jordan, and Lola Vice. Blake, do you want to tell the people how this match works, the Iron Survivor match?
I have not seen an Iron Survivors match before, so I'll let you do it.
I think it's just like...
Oh, wait,
is it? You have to pin everyone, or like, you know... It's
all it is, somebody, you come in, and it's like Elimination Chamber in a way, but not sort of, with the chamber. Like, it's last woman standing, basically.
Yeah.
But you have, like, a penalty box and some other stuff.
Yeah.
A penalty box?
If you get pinned, you're in the penalty box for, like, 5 minutes or so.
And then you come back in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because isn't it most amount of pinfalls?
Yep.
Is it, like, set to, like, 60 minutes? Is it, like, a 60-minute
I think it's a 30-minute match, I think.
Okay.
I think so.
Because I remember they used to do, like, 60-minute Iron Man matches all the time, but those were one-on-one, and it was just whoever had the most pin. So, same concept.
Yeah.
Just
it's like a Elimination Chamber mixed with Iron Man.
Okay, I've got it.
All right.
Do you already make your pick?
I'm gonna take a flyer here. Give me Jordan Grace. I want it to happen. Please let it happen. It's not gonna happen, but I wish it would.
I don't even know who to take out of this. I know a couple names in here. I'm really just shooting in the dark here.
Darts at a board.
I guess Sol Ruka. She was injured for a while, wasn't she?
Yeah, but it was like not a real injury.
Yeah, right.
It's
and they split her. I guess Sol Ruka. I could see Jordan Grace because she's supposed to. They were supposed to make her this big dominant character, and it just
never happened.
Hasn't happened. But
Blake Monroe came in.
save the graph.
I was also going to take Sol Ruca.
You're taking Sol Ruca? I'm taking Jordan Grace. I'm going to go with Blake. I think.
So we're split 2-2.
We're going to split on him. If Kalani Jordan wins, good for her. Then you move on, the main event, the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. You have Miles Bourne, Javon Evans, Joe Hendry, Dion Lennox, and Leon Slater.
This is Javon Evans. Like, easy.
I mean, should it not be? I would say it would be Javon. He's the one. I mean, obviously I know Joe Hendry and Leon and all of them, but Javon's the only one I see as, like, the guy.
We'll go with... Say his name.
You're going Joe Hendry?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Miles Bourne. I think they're going to pull the trigger on the young kid coming up. I'm going to go with Miles Bourne to get a sneaky win. I think Evans is going to be right there. It's kind of going to be him and Hendry, maybe tied at 2-2. Bourne will have one, and then they'll kind of be doing battle. And I think Miles Bourne will slip in, roll one of them up, and steal the win. I think that could be a pretty fun ending. Yeah. But with that, that'll wrap up episode 70 of Beyond the Mat. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day, guys.